Okay, ladies and gentlemen, today we are working on this Maytag Centennial washing machine. The issue I've been having with this is that the faster the basket spins on the spin cycle, the louder it gets. It kind of sounds like a jet airplane taking off. It's just kind of a whirring that's louder than it normally is, and you can tell that something's not quite right. I did some research online. The tub bearings are the common issue with this, and on this model, the tub bearings are actually all part of this unit. This is the old one that I just took out, and I'm going to kind of show how I did it, but this bearing here is the one that starts to fail, and it starts to get noisy. And there's actually two. There's one on the bottom of this too. The point is, you can't just replace the bearings on this model. You have to replace that whole thing. So I'll link to that part in the description. Let's show you how it's done. I'm going to start taking off the shroud that protects the pulley underneath the washing machine. Helps to get it kind of tipped back, make sure all the water is fully drained out of it, obviously. From there, I'm going to disconnect the electrical connector on the pump and a couple other components. Most of them are just little tabs that you push in. You're going to want to disconnect the motor. And then work on getting all these connectors kind of pulled out and moved up out of the way so that you can work underneath the washing machine without getting snagged on anything. From there, I'm going to remove the belt. It's pretty easy to remove. You just kind of push it off the pulley as you turn it. And you'll see when you take the motor off, there's actually no tensioning that occurs on that belt. That motor just goes in a very set position. So now I'm going to remove the pulley on the wash basket. It may help to have somebody hold the top of the washing machine, hold the basket from turning while you try to turn that wrench if that nut is really tight. So when you remove that pulley, you'll see it has some teeth underneath that hook into the part above it. Now I'm going to take off the shift actuator. There's two screws, small Phillips head screws. Just a quarter turn or less in the counterclockwise direction will help you remove that. And you'll find that there's a spring on the inside. You want to keep all these three pieces together so you don't forget how they went on. From there, I'm going to remove the motor. So there's just two bolts and the motor will come right off. The black part is a capacitor. That just takes an eighth turn to the counterclockwise direction to remove. And then finally, I'm going to remove the pump. Anticipate some water potentially coming out when you remove the pump, so it may help to have a drain pan nearby. We're going to move to the top of the washing machine where I'm going to remove the detergent cup, and then an 11 millimeter socket on a long extension is going to help me remove the disc from the inside of the washing machine. On the inside of the washing machine, there's a horseshoe clip, basically. We're going to have to remove that before we can remove the gearbox. So the gearbox is removed just by loosening 4 bolts underneath. Finally, we'll just remove the tub seal. Reinstalling the new gearbox should be pretty straightforward. You want to make sure that those splines interlock with the hub. So you want to carefully kind of twist the gearbox back and forth. Once you feel those splines engage, push the gearbox up into the washing machine. Make sure it's aligned with those bolt holes that fasten it in place. So once you've reassembled everything, which is the reverse of disassembly, you're going to need to recalibrate the washing machine after installing the new gearbox. So this is how you enter the calibration mode. There should be, with your new gearbox, a sheet that describes how to enter this calibration mode, but I show how to do it here. Once the calibration is complete, you should be good to go with your new gearbox. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.